that we're studying in our Psuke de Zimra, Haluka Kito Zamer Lokenu. Rabbi Breslau yesterday mentioned the line of Bone Yerushalayim, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is building Geula. And I would like to offer an additional suggestion to his wonderful idea that Hashem is always laying the foundation of Geula. It's that idea, when we speak about what Geula, what redemption means and looks like, that is actually at the core of all these parshios. We know that Moshe Rabbeinu, of course, is approached by HaKadosh Baruch Hu at the burning bush, and Hashem tells Moshe, take out the Jews. And we know from the Medrash that this conversation goes on for about a week. Moshe says no. Hashem says you have to. Moshe says no again. They're not going to believe me. I'm not a great orator. I'm not an inspiring person. But back and forth, back and forth. And finally, Moshe says, Vayomer bi Adoni shlach na biyat tishlach. Hashem, just send who you're going to send. And the next pasuk tells us, Vayichar af Hashem Moshe, that God gets angry at Moshe. What does he mean, shlach na biyat tishlach? So the classic explanation is that Moshe Rabbeinu said, Hashem, I know that Aaron is going to help, is going to be part of the redemption process. Just send him already. And that's why God gets angry. He's going to go, but you have to go too. But there is a comment of the Medrash in the Pirkei de Rebbe Eliezer. The Medrash says an astounding idea. That's not what Moshe meant. Moshe rather was saying, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of course, I want to take out the Jews. I want nothing more than me to the Goel Yisrael, to take them out, to redeem them, to bring them to Geula. But I know, says Moshe, that if I take them out, that all of Jewish history is going to play out. That includes the stories of the Meraglim and of Korach and the eventual destruction of the Batei HaMikdash and pogroms and crusades and inquisitions and expulsions. I don't want it. I don't want to see that terrible road of Jewish history. So shlach na biyat tishlach, not Aaron. Send Eliyahu Hanavi, the Mevaser Geula. What better way? Why take me? You take me, then there has to be a process. Send Eliyahu Hanavi. Done. Shine. We'll go to Israel. We'll be finished. We'll have the Mashiach and everything will be great. Amen. And that's why Hashem gets angry. Hashem says that's not how Geula works. Geula is not, as Rabbi Bresler mentioned, it just happens. We're not disconnected from Geula. We approach Geula. Everything that happens in the process of history, Hashem says, is part of the Geula process. It is always being built. We are in that process. Sometimes it looks like a Geula moment, and sometimes it doesn't. But it's all part of the Geula process. Tzvi Hirsch Kalischer, the great Rav in the 1800s, writing a letter in his Sefer Drishat Zion, says that Geulas Yisrael Asher Nachnu Chochim La, this great Geula, don't think Ki Pitom Yerin Hashem, it's just going to happen. But rather, Me'at tava Geulas Yisrael, a little bit at a time. La'at tatzmiach keren Yeshua. And that's really this idea of the process of Geula, of how it means to achieve redemption. It's how we look at steps in Jewish history, moments that seemed to not be process of Geula oriented. And that's why Moshe looks to Hashem, and Hashem says, because that's not how it works. It's a process. And every step of that process is the Geula. Every step along that process is not just a means to an end, but is part of the end, is part of the Geula always being built, always being in the process of preparing the Geula.